Hi, this is Coach Joe from ActivateYourGreatness.com, and I wanted to come together with you today to talk about limiting beliefs and how to eliminate them, or at least how to reduce their impact. Because we've been talking a lot about confidence, and really developing unstoppable confidence is really very, very difficult if you have limiting beliefs that say, I can't do this or I can't do that. It's very, very tricky to then have the confidence to go out and do great things. So let's talk about how do we move past limiting beliefs. So I want to take an example of a limiting belief, and that is, let's say that you are someone who is a coach or who is a business owner, and you believe that one of the most powerful ways for you to bring your business forward quickly is to write a book. But then you have these limiting beliefs in your mind is I'm not a good writer, I can't write a book. And so when you start to think about writing it, you hesitate. You stop yourself from moving forward. Now, it doesn't have to be about a book. I mean, I want you to put yourself into a position where this is one of your limiting beliefs. So think about like what a limiting belief might be in your life that's stopping you. But I'm going to use the example of I want to write a book. So let's use one of my favorite techniques, which is tapping. And I'm not going to go into all of the benefits of tapping and how powerful it is, but just trust me, if you do the research, tapping is a well researched, powerful tool for eliminating limiting beliefs. So the tapping sequence that I want to go into is an abbreviated tapping sequence, but it's a powerful one. And I just want to go over it with you quickly. So the first move is here. At the side of the eye, there's this bone. Second one is under the eye, and you're doing it with the three fingers here, under the eye, and that again, there's a bone there. If you have glasses, you could either take them off or you could go a little lower. It's ideal to go right on the bone, but you can go a little bit lower if you have glasses. The next tapping point is right under the collarbone. And you can do this with two hands or you can do this with one hand. And then the next one is going to be right here at the chest level. And you can do it again, you can do it with two hands or one hand. And then the next point is going to be right at the bottom of the ribs on the side. Beautiful. Again, it's like a claw. And then we're going to tap the wrists together. Beautiful. So let's go through this. So what happens is when we, this releases stuck energy in the body. And so then when we combine this with our mental thoughts, which basically in this case are about our limiting belief, what happens is that the limiting belief has a lot less power in our bodies and in our minds after we do this tapping. So the first thing I like to do, and I suggest that you do as well, is just rate how intense is the feeling that I can't write this book or I can't get over this limiting belief. And you can just rate it on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being most intense and 0 being nothing. And our goal, of course, is to bring it down to 0. But we don't have to do that all at once. We can do that in a series of things. I don't think we'll take the time in this particular video to go through that. But I just want to introduce you to the power of this so that you can do this for yourself. So if we're going to use the I can't write this book, we're going to say And this is one of the setup statements for our tapping is that even though I don't believe I can write this book, I choose to believe that I can let this limiting belief go. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to just tap on that throughout the points. And our reminder phrase is going to be, I can't write this book. So even though I believe that I can't write a book, I don't have what it takes to write a book, I choose to believe that I can release this limiting belief. Even though I don't believe that I can write a book, I choose to believe that I can release this limiting belief. I think you're getting the hang of this. If you haven't been tapping a lot, you can just by tapping along like this and saying your version of what I'm saying, you'll see that it's not that hard to do. So even though I believe that I can't write this book that I want to write, I choose to believe that I can release this limiting belief. And now right in the center of the chest. And even though I have this limiting belief, and I have this limiting belief that I can't write this book, I choose to believe that I can release this limiting belief. And now we can just use the setup statement, or let's say the reminder phrase. Okay, I can't write this book. I can't write this book. I just can't write this book. And then when you finish the round, just take in a nice deep breath. And that's one round. So then at this point, so my rating before, I don't know if I shared it with you, but my rating before was an 8. Like, I can't write this book. I don't believe I can write this book. And now when I look at it after the tapping, it's now a 5. It still has some intensity, but it's now down to a 5. And the whole idea is to keep tapping in this way until we get it down and down and down. And it really will go down even more. What we want to do is get it down to 0. That might take some work, it might, and there are a lot of other techniques that are integrated in this. But I just want you to just get this basic tapping sequence for relieving limiting beliefs. Okay, and this time we'll just do the reminder phrase. I can't write a book. A lot of times it's also looking to see what emotions. I feel helpless. I feel hopeless. I feel hopeless. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless. And I feel it. And where do you feel it in your body? And I feel it in my chest. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless. And I feel it in my chest. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless. And I feel it in my chest. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless. And I feel it in my chest. Bottom of the ribs. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless and I feel it in my chest. Wrists. I can't write a book. I feel hopeless and I feel it in my chest. Good. And now take a deep breath. Now look at it again. I can't write a book. Where is it in terms of the intensity of it? So for me, it's now at a 3. And we keep going and we keep doing this procedure until we get it down to as low as possible. There may be other things that keep it going, and that's a much longer story than we have time for right now. I just wanted to introduce you to this technique and say, try it, use it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to say everything perfect. You just get yourself a statement, even though I have this problem or I have this limiting belief. I choose to believe that I can release this limiting belief. And then you just use the limiting belief and how I feel, the feeling and the place that you feel it, and just use the tapping points. And notice how you're much more in control. Even if you do this for 3 to 5 minutes, you're much more in control and you're much more willing to move forward and you're much more able to move forward. So thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate your time and energy. And try this tapping thing. It really works. It's powerful. And it will change your life. This is Joe Mitchell, Activate Your Greatness. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of teaching. And also you can like this video. It really will help the whole process of more people being exposed to this. And also, if you'd like to get a free strategy session with me where we talk about what it's going to take to make you clear and unstoppable in an important area in your life, just in the link below, just sign up for a 15-minute session with me and we will make some progress. We'll really get into some deep issues with you. So thanks so much for listening, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time it is, and we will look at the next video if you're so inspired. Thanks again.